Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. We are outside, so I apologise in advance for any background noise. I'll try to keep it at a minimum. Anyway, we are talking today about Boohoo. And people, that's the sound people who stayed in at 350 are making. Now, I got criticised for selling mine at 350, and because it went up to 379. And yes, it did go up, but you have to realise you don't make any profit until you sell. And remember, I bought an average price of 200 a share. Well, now it has crashed again, and I set the limit for 235 and 220 and 200. My 235 hit. Even though the share price hit 220, my limit order didn't fill, and we'll talk about that. But we gonna go into why it has crashed. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Savvy Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of offers. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. PricewaterhouseCoopers stepping down as auditor of Boohoo amid governance concerns. Well, I'm sorry, but that is untrue. They're saying there's a firm faces scrutiny over malpractice in its supply chain, according to the Financial Times. What is happening is, and you know how I know it's untrue? Because PricewaterhouseCoopers has refused to issue a statement or comment on the subject. The actual fact, if you read through this, is that we all know about the scandal with the suppliers that Boohoo found to be not compliant with and didn't profit from. And what happened?
they've made a massive profit from sales despite that, despite all these big companies leaving them, because their bread and butter is a lot of the smaller companies and the one or two big companies, the online ordering. Now they have pledged a series of reforms. Downside, an executive pay plan which will hand bosses £150 million, which they think people are complaining it breaks with the UK corporate governance code by not putting it to a shareholder vote. That is a bit bad, but not enough to make the shares drop. Why is it bad? Because shareholders are meant to vote on executive pay. However, saying that, it isn't just a straightforward executive pay. They only get this bonus if the shares rise by 2/3 in the next 3 years. So that wouldn't be enough to make people sell out, because your share price would be rising by 2/3. And this would have been part of a vote a while ago that would have passed, so they wouldn't have any reason to put it to the shareholders again. Now, the fact of the matter, if you read through all the articles and see the actual truth, is that Boohoo has put out to tender the contract for a new auditor. PricewaterhouseCoopers has been their auditor since they IPO'd in 2014, and PricewaterhouseCoopers see this as them wanting a new auditor and not wanting to carry on with, sorry about that, and them not wanting to continue with PricewaterhouseCoopers. So they see them as not wanting to continue with them, so they don't see the point in tendering a bid, because it costs them time and money, time when they're busy, when they don't have a lot of staff, because a lot of their staff are working from home. So they're of the opinion, well, if you're looking for a new auditor, we're one of the best auditors, then good luck to you. With everything you have going on, you should be lucky to have us. And I see their point of view, and they're pulling out. And that's all it is, in my opinion. And it is just my opinion. I'm just an idiot on the internet. You don't have to take my word for it. But for an auditor to pull out and not tender a bid, in my opinion, for people to sell off and for the stock to go from 379 down to 220 when it's had 85% growth, considering the scandals that hit it, is ridiculous. Now, I'm of the opinion that PwC didn't want to be shunned in the tendering bit, in the tendering bid process. It would be like a black mark on them. They would rather just not tender for it. Yeah, they, rather than chasing for the bid, they would rather go and chase new business that would last a long time. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. Why are people selling? If that's the case, people are selling because they are seeing it as a sign that PricewaterhouseCoopers have found something in the accounts that are wrong, that are dodgy, and they want to jump ship. However, if PricewaterhouseCoopers have found something in the accounts that are wrong, they are legally responsible and should not sign them off, and they are not allowed to sign them off and audit them, and without flagging them up. Luckin Coffee, as an example, was not flagged up by the SEC. It was flagged up by the Chinese auditors who flagged them up, the Chinese government who flagged them up to the SEC. So when people say like Chinese companies being crooks, it was the Chinese auditors who flagged them up. Otherwise they could have gone on for years without people realising. Look at what happened with the bad debt that the banks were in. Anyway, I picked up 100 shares, and as you can see, it's on the rise already, and I wish I picked up more. These are people who are buying the value, but if it turns around and dives back down again, which it has a history of doing, and goes down to 220, I will pick up more. That's all from me. Stay safe, stay savvy, stay invested.